look at what you do. Stabbing me in the back. On the attack. I had the post bail to get out of jail for something I did not do.
Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test.
I only loved you, and now I am hurt. From
Do I have your
Covered in brilliance, the night sky shines like diamonds. Chemistry between us and amazing science. Some say the eye of the storm is incredibly quiet. It's chaotic outside when I look at you, I don't mind it. Now I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Now I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Now I'm like, ooh, ooh, too good to be true. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm like, ooh, ooh, too good to be true. Ooh, ooh. Travel to the end of infinity, to the edge of outer space. Cross a magical plane to serenity. We don't have to look both ways. I got a bright idea, and it hit me like a bolt of lightning. So glad that you're here, 'cause you make life more exciting. Now I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Now I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Now I'm like, ooh, ooh, too good to be true. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm like, ooh, ooh, too good to be true. Ooh, ooh.
What up? What up? What up? I'm almost ready. Almost ready, guys. Everybody can hear me, right?
I trusted you.
All right. All right.
You told me you loved me. You got me giving
What up,
in
Gabe?
confusion.
Samuel.
I believed in you,
Right.
but look at what you do. Until I saw one day that you were stringing me along. Played me for a fool. You used me once too much. I'm in so much pain. Here I am once again. Why do you want to do me like that, baby?
All right. All right. This is actually K Matador's new song. It's called Confusion. I did the beat, mix, and master on this. It's on my playlist. I am Kofi J. If you want to save this on your Spotify, I have a lot of releases that I do throughout the week. I mean, honestly, throughout the year. So I cycle songs in and out all the time and put them on my playlist. Awesome. Awesome. Appreciate it, Gabe. Yeah, sometimes I have issues with this whole live system setup and you can't hear me. Right now, I think the music's too low, but whatever. As long as y'all can hear it, we're good. All right. So we're actually going to start pretty soon. If you want to get in the queue, it's not too late. Go to nero.fan/KofiAJmusic/live and I'll review your music. But today I have a few in there already. And if you want to skip the line, it's $10 to skip, $20 for a super skip. All right. I think we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. I don't want to waste y'all's time. And the first song up is Remix's Cry for You by Daniel Jenkins. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong spot. Oops. There we go. Remix's Cry for You by Daniel Jenkins.
It's been an hour since you've been gone, and that's so long, so come back home. Can't live without you, so I cry for you. Do anything that I can to feel that touch from your hands. Sorry that I love you. What else should I do?
Okay, so I mean, there's not much here. It's just like a voice memo. Somebody singing "Cry for You" by Jodeci. Um, Actually, you don't sound bad. You don't sound horrible, but there's definitely work to be done on the vocal tip. Like you definitely have potential to sing well, but I don't think necessarily you have the training or the experience for to be killing it out here. I mean there's a voice there. You understand delivery. I think it'd be great in a studio setting. Because you're putting emotion in there, you're putting your feelings in there. But I can't really judge on any of these criteria except for emotional impact, performance, and that's about it. So I'm gonna do NA for the other ones. Let's see. And for performance, I give you a solid 5. I think there's something there, like there's a voice there. I think sometimes people overdo it, and you got to kind of pull back. You kind of got to tap into that real, honest emotion. I feel like this felt performative to me, so I'm not gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 4 on emotional impact, but performance wise, actually, I want to hear it one more time. I think you have a voice. You just need some training vocally, honestly, more experienced or more one-on-one training. I don't know. Let me hear it again.
It's been an hour since you've been gone, and that's so long, so come back home. Can't live without you. So I cry for you. Do anything that I can to feel that touch from your hands. Sorry that I love you. What else should I do?
Yeah, it's the same thing. I feel the same way. Like, there's potential there to do well. You got to get in the studio and to do it multiple times. If you're there with the right vocal producer, they can get the perfect takes out of this, and you'll sound pretty good. But from a raw standpoint, definitely there's some work to be done, especially on the higher notes. You seem to be struggling with those higher notes. If it's too high, singing it in a lower key. I don't know. I'm not a vocalist, so I just think some training would help. All right, so the next one, I Was There For You by G Nico. Looking for a great team to join and take my career to the next level. Well, that's kind of an interesting philosophy, a team to join. A lot of times that's what we want, but it very rarely happens. Either you get invited to join a team by people or you create your own team. Those are the two options 90% of the time in the music industry. You either get invited by somebody who's in a team or in a situation and they notice your talent and they bring you in, or you build your own. I would go with build your own because most people aren't bringing people in. Everybody's satisfied with their team and they think their team is the best or whatever. But it's just, that's how it goes. All right, let's listen to your song. G Nico, I Was There For You. All right, that was I Was There For You by G Nico. G Nico. So at first I was gonna rash it and then I gave it a chance, you know? So I was listening to it a little bit longer, a little bit harder. The melodies and stuff were pretty cool. Like the ideas you have, I think, are solid. I think it's just the performance isn't there yet. The performance and the engineering totally zap what this song could have been. I don't know if you're a songwriter and not so much a singer or performer, but I just think performance needs a lot of work. So either you need to work with a vocal producer or just re-record it to make sure every single line is what you think it should be. Never be like, oh, this would be great if somebody else did this. This would be great if I had the greatest mic, if I had the best studio. You work with what you got, but you do the best job you can. I feel like there's another level for you on this record. Um, but I mean, you don't know what you know. You don't know. Songwriting wise, I thought it was pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. And then production, because songwriting. Let me expand a little bit. So the hook I thought was catchy, um, and it makes it easy to understand when the hook is simple and catchy like that. The verses is just more detail, which is what I like in songwriting most of the time. And production wise, I thought the production was pretty good too. I'm gonna give it a 7. There could have been moments where I always harp on this. People don't do it enough. Transitions really make drops big and impactful because you're leaving people on the edge of a cliff. It's just like a TV show like that has a continuation and they leave you with a cliffhanger at the end of the episode. Now you gotta watch it next week. You know, it's similar to that with music. Our transition moments, we have to make sure that they're memorable enough to make the hooks feel even better and bigger. All right, so engineering wise, I did not like the engineering on this. I'm gonna give it a 5. I think it could be elevated a lot from the beat standpoint, from the recording standpoint, from pretty much the whole engineering standpoint. And performance wise, that was the worst part of it to me. Not trying to rash your voice or this and that, but I just think it needs work. And then emotional impact, I'm gonna give it a 5. Middle of the road. It's tough in this industry because so many songs are put out every day now. Everybody has access to putting out music, so you're competing with everyone. And if you're competing with everyone, it's just not gonna cut it. It's solid, it's good. If you're learning, you're on your way. Cool, great. It's a stepping stone in the right direction. But if you're like, I want to hit tomorrow, you got a long way to go. And it's cool. We all had a long way to go. I definitely have gone leaps and bounds beyond what I thought, where I thought I was 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So we all think in our heads we're a certain place, but when you get out there and with the big dogs who've been doing it for a long time, it's really competitive out there. It's tough. All right. So next up we have, what about if someone wrote the songs but someone else sings it? He's on Spotify. Yeah, that's fine. I want to hear it. Submit it. And what's up, everybody? Let's go. Da-da-da. Concentrate on Me, Mia Monet. All right. That was Mia Monet with "Concentrate on Me." So generally, I basically I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. It was a little slow. It dragged a bit. Um, but that's good for certain moods. I can easily see this being for a like a scene in a TV show, like one of the a sexy scene or something like that. Um, I kind of was hoping there was going to be a some more moments in the songwriting that weren't so long and drawn out. It's cool. At first, I didn't even understand what you were saying, so that's a knock on the engineering a little bit. I don't know if it's the way it was recorded or if it's the way it was mixed. I'm not totally sure, but songwriting wise, I did like it. I mean, you stuck on the "Concentrate on Me" for a while. I wanted to hear maybe like a verse, maybe even like some kind of thing that gave it a little bit of bounce, because a lot of times the vocal will help speed the track up without you having to speed the track up, just the rhythms of the vocals or the rhythms of the instruments in there, of the important instruments in there. So I'm going to give you a 7 on songwriting as well. Production I thought was solid. I think there's room for improvement there too. It just felt kind of empty. Maybe some of the instruments weren't being heard because of the way it was mixed, but it just felt kind of empty, which is good sometimes if you want some big stuff. But usually we fill it in with reverb, space, sounds that come in and out. There's a lot of cool, sexy things you can do to spice this thing up. And again, transitions, which nobody's doing. I don't know why, but I guess it's all about vibes these days. So production, I'm gonna give a 7 as well. Engineering was okay. This is just all around like solid, for this whole song. Honestly, I think I'm gonna give it 7s across the board. Yeah, it was just overall better than average, but not wowing me 100%. So it's better than average. Keep going. You got something good going. I think the mix and master could be tightened up, or the recording that will help elevate even this song and all probably the rest of your songs to another level. So people sleep on mixing and mastering, but it changes the game sometimes if you get the right mix and master, if you get someone who really knows what they're doing. This person, whoever mixed it, definitely knows what they're doing, but maybe just not quite at a certain level. Maybe they're not in the right environment. Maybe they don't have the right equipment. I don't know. Maybe they're just not experienced enough. But it's there, but it's just not quite there. So there's room for improvement on that end too. But if you're in the chat, if you're watching, just if you want to get in the queue, there is space. Go to nero.fan/KofiaJmusic/live. The link is also in my bio. I only have a few more here left to review. Let's see. Next one is Ona, Big Brown Lie. Ona's been here before. Let's check this one out.
Uh-huh. Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. The hot sun was shining bright. A lizard was sitting on a cracked rock. Oh, yeah. A quiet voice was whispering, whispering. Salayana, Salayana. It told a story everyone should hear.
whispers in the night. Hear the stories, bathed in moons of light. Truth ain't easy, a bitter pill to swallow, but a heart that's honest never needs to follow. And in listen close to the whispers in the night. Hear the stories, bathed in moons of light. Truth ain't always easy, a bitter pill to swallow. Away, oh, away.
All right, that was Francis Ona with Big Brown Lie. So Francis is a regular. This one's really good. I like this one a lot. Probably my biggest critique of it is honestly the vocal performance again. So this is the music was fantastic. I don't have any issues with the music at all. I think the music would be great for film and TV. Definitely a lot of I just see film. I see it just to picture. Honestly, didn't even need vocals to be honest with you. The background vocals were cool though. I think having the background choir was a nice little touch. The lead vocal just felt a little underwhelming compared to the track. If you're more of a writer, more of a composer, instrumentalist, either we got to work on the performance a lot more to get it up to par to where it's matching the music, or just get somebody else to sing the songs. And I think lyrically too. Lyrically, it was a little cookie cutter. I think we can dig a little deeper lyrically. We can try to bring it home. It honestly, I had a hard time understanding what you were saying. I heard a few of the lines, but then I was just struggling because it was just I don't know if that's a mix issue or maybe the way it's recorded. Maybe it's just a delivery issue because I thought the mix overall was really good. So I'm not sure why the vocals clarity wasn't quite there. Um, so songwriting, I'm gonna give you a 5. I did like a lot of the melodies, but didn't love them either. It would just seem very freestylish. If that's the way it was supposed to be, that you intended it to be more of a freestyle than like a song, then I totally get it. But if it's gonna be freestyle, you gotta say some like poetic poetry, like Jill Scott type of bars. Give us space to soak it in, to give us some dope bars and then space to soak it in, and then like really nail it home. I think that's the part of the song that was lacking was songwriting and performance. Everything else is pretty great. So production, I'm gonna give you a honestly, I'm gonna give you a 10. I don't have no issues with the production at all. Engineering, I'm gonna give it a 8 because of the clarity of the vocals. And performance, I'm gonna give you a 5 as well. It's not terrible, but it's not moving me, and that's kind of what messed me up with the song. Other than that, if it was just instrumental and some background vocals, I probably would have loved it honestly. But it's just my personal opinion, and that's just how I feel about it. I think getting a amazing singer in here to sing your songs probably would have taken it to a completely new level, or no lead vocal whatsoever. Just keep it instrumental and go that route. That's another option. But I see it for film mostly. Or I mean, I'm sure there's people that listen to that type of music too. It's very close to gospel, like live gospel music. So there's definitely a market out there for that. All right, Gabe Tyranny. Gabe Tyranny. Me and Gabe go back, I don't know, like a year or two now, probably at this point, a couple years. So we've been in contact for a few years before I started all this live music reviews, all these different things. He's a very talented engineer and rapper, and he said I produced, wrote, and performed and mixed this track. It'll be one of the tracks on my first album. Curious how it sounds to my ears. Great. We're gonna dive into it, Gabe. Let's listen. It's called Gabriel Tyranny. Lend Me Myself by Gabriel Tyranny. Let me say that again. Lend Me Myself by Gabriel Tyranny.
What to do in my life? What to do in my time? What to do in my life? Come right down and lend me myself some help tonight. Need myself and nobody else, everyone else I will decide. What to do in my life? What to do in my life? What to do in my life? What to do in my I'm a useless forever new kid. Job to job I hop in Phuket. Therapist left and so did my pills. And now I'm a burden to everyone else. Is everyone else really doing so well? I'm struggling to not kill myself. Meanwhile my music will not sell. I tried to buy it but my credit card failed. Come right down and lend me myself some help tonight. Need myself and nobody else. There's nobody else that can decide. What to do in my life? What to do in my life? What to do in my life? What to do in my Came right down the carpeted stairs. Felt so small the way she just stared. TV on but nobody cared. Muted like the two of us there. Feeling so numb, I'm feeling so done. Said I'm sorry that I'm the no one. Lost my job and now I'm a bum. Plus acting mad against my love. Come right down and lend me myself some help tonight. Need myself and nobody else. There's nobody else that can decide. What to do in my life? What to do in my life? What to do in my life? What to do in my life?
All right, that was Gabriel Tyranny with "Lend Me Myself." So, Gabe, I dug it. I just feel like I wanted a little bit of variation. Kind of the song kind of just stays here the whole time. That's my only issue. I feel like if we had some builds, some breakdowns, maybe some very vulnerable moments where it's just you and maybe the backbeat snare by itself, and then maybe the guitar or something like that. That could be dope. One thing I did notice mix wise. I mean, obviously you're a mix engineer. You know what you're doing. It's clear. It's obvious. There's no like bad things going on. But just from a personal preference standpoint, I would spread the guitar a bit so that the vocals have more room to breathe. Like I think with people like us, like who we can hold a note but we're not singers, we try to hide a little bit, especially if we're engineering ourselves. We try to hide, but honestly it's people don't care so much about your delivery as much as or your voice as much as your delivery, so they want to feel what you're feeling. So as long as you're delivering that when you're recording it, people are going to feel it and they want to hear it. So don't hide it. Make the vocal stand out more. I know you were spreading it in the hooks, which was cool. Having stacks, or either having stacks or spreading, I couldn't really tell, but I could tell it was wider in the hooks. But let's go ahead and clear up the vocal. Let's hear everything you're saying. Let's feel it, because you have a lot of what's the word? You have a lot of animation in your performances. So like you're animated. You give me Eminem vibes sometimes. Songwriting wise, you always go there. I'm with that. You're like you dig deep. You tell us a lot about yourself. You tell us about your story, and I thought that was cool, being vulnerable like that. Production, I did like the sonic nature of the production a lot. I just said like I just wish it was more variations. I'm gonna give that an 8. Engineering was really good, but like I said, if you could spread those guitars, get some more vocal clarity in here. It would take it from an 8 to a 10. Performance, I liked your performance on this. I feel like you should just show it more. I think like the way you recorded it, the emotions you captured was great. So I'm gonna give it a 9, and then emotional impact, I'm gonna give it an 8 because I would like to hear it again. So that's a great sign, and this definitely would work well sync as well too. It gives me all kinds of sync vibes. Um, so yeah, keep working on it. If it's done, it's done. But I just think if we had a little bit more of a roller coaster, maybe a build up as an intro, maybe a breakdown where you're more vulnerable and saying some really like really deep stuff. Take the best lyrics, the best line or two of the song that you think is dope, and strip away a lot of stuff and just let's expose that. And I think that could really hit home a lot. Yo, we got Foster in the chat. What's up, man? I I got a mug for you back here. I gotta send it to you. I've had it for a long time. I did not know. All right, here we go. The next song up is Wolf Rod. It's called Forced. Nice, 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 nice. All right, that was Wolf Rod with Forest. I dug that. It's a nice little instrumental. Let me write this down. Wolf Rod Forest. Okay. So for me, if it's just an instrumental, then I wouldn't change barely anything. I wouldn't change anything, honestly. You have the production chops, you have the ideas. It took me on a nice little ride. You set the tone really quickly, but then you changed the groove in the second half, and I think even in the bridge you changed the groove as well too. So that was dope. My favorite part was the breakdown with the flutes and the birds. That was really cool. That was a perfect combination. People have been using birds more and more, I feel like, in songs. But that was dope. I love that. For songwriting, I think a great top liner, an EDM or pop artist could really sell that song. So I mean, there's no songwriting in this. I'm just gonna put in a production. I'm gonna give you a solid 10. Honestly, I loved all your ideas. They were great. Engineering was close. I felt like it was a bit sub heavy in some moments, and then the snares I felt like it hit a lot harder in those building moments. And performance wise, there's no performance. And emotional impact, it got me. I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't want to turn it off, so I'm gonna give you a solid 8 on that as well. But obviously you're probably a producer or DJ or something like that, and because you got the chops, you understand what it takes to make a production. My only thing is, if it's gonna be a record, you probably don't want to switch the groove too much. If like a singer is gonna be on it, you're gonna have a hook and everything. Like, let's keep the groove. You can switch it like once or twice, but if you switch it too many times, then people don't. It's kind of like herky jerky. You don't know how to dance to it because the groove keeps switching over and over again. But if it's just an instrumental, totally fine. I don't have any problem with it because it keeps it spicy. So I was feeling that. That was dope. Wolf Rod, good job. What's up, Maya? Maya's in the chat. Studios Jack, what's up? All right, next song we have is by Divers called Sitting Inside. This is the one I meant to send. LOL. Okay. Divers Sitting Inside.
And I'm thinking and trying again, till I end up sinking. I'm sick of all your dissing, and I'm sitting inside again, I'm sitting inside again, gotta hold you, destined for the phone, and she know now I feel home. If it's right, we get going. All this hype, I've outgrown all this hype, I've outgrown someone saved my soul long ago. I lost control. I smoke spliff, get stoned, work my shift, get home, rewrite all my
What up, Patience? My sister in the chat. All right, that was Divers Sitting Inside. So I don't know what the song was about whatsoever. It was just too difficult to understand the words, so I just gave up. But it's a nice little vibe. Oh, yeah, it's a nice little vibe. My only thing is like I don't even honestly, I'm not a huge lyrics person. So like if the vibe is great, I don't even care what you're saying, to be honest, as long as it's not like horrible stuff. But it's just vibe alone isn't going to get it done. And I think the engineering was not there at all on this, so that's what really took me out. I think this song is one of those songs that I said, I think I even posted earlier this week, that engineering can take a song and make it a hit. Another producer was saying that. I think it was Brian Michael Cox. And this is an example of, if you gave this to the right engineer, me, no, if you gave it to a great mixing and mastering engineer, and you really took the time to really dial this in engineering wise, it would take this song to a completely new level, because voices are great. Both voices, the male and the female voice, are great. Male voice was out of tune a bunch. I think tuning the vocals would change this song dramatically. So make sure you pay attention to the quality of the recording and the mixing and mastering. It's important. Every stage is important, but it's more important than people think. And then production, I thought, was great. I have no issues with the production at all. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10. Songwriting, it's hard to judge it. I like the melodies. They got a little bit boring at a certain part, but I think as soon as it was start to, the girl came in and it kind of saved the day. So I don't know. Songwriting, like I said, is too difficult to hear the words, so it's hard to judge it. Engineering was the part that I had the most issues with. I'm gonna give that a 5. It wasn't terrible, but I needed more clarity. I needed to understand what you were saying. I needed more reverb. I needed more space. I needed a lot of things in the engineering part. Performance wise, I think you guys performed it pretty well. It's that like laid back, vibey type of energy, and that was done excellent. And the tones of your voices was done excellent too. I even think the way it was recorded was probably recorded well. I just really think it's the mixing and mastering that kind of took it out. Emotional impact, I'm gonna give it an 8. I would listen to it again, but I would like to hear it, a much more polished version of it, personally. How's it going, Judith? We've been talking in DMs a little bit lately. How are you? All right, we got a few more songs to cover. This one is Oxrow. It's called Baby Girl.
Warning on the album cover explaining the fold-out may be offensive to some people. Still, the Los Angeles city attorney says that's not enough.
I think that this is a cost-effective way of sending a message to those people who wish to profiteer off the distribution.
Man, why is it playing? Turn this shit off, bruh. This don't no work no more. Turn this shit down, bruh. Why don't you play my shit, bruh? Play my shit, dog. Oh yeah, baby girl. Oh yeah, baby girl. Let me tell you what I'm motherfucking about. I run away, but I always come back. You know I'm about to love everything that I don't really care about. Where you been? Where you been, my baby? Who you been? You been acting shady lately. Do you know that I know everything? I won't fight, I just pack and leave. I'm complicated, baby. Tell me, can you really stand me? Hold my hand when I'm sleeping. In my feelings, in your feelings, if you had the chance, 100 tell me, would you really have me? Would you really have me? Would you stick to me? Reloading towards me. Tell me I need
Quietly fade this one out because, yeah, no, this isn't good. I've been waiting to use that. And what about this one?
Don't become whack.
Oh, I just wanted the whack part. Yeah, this wasn't good. There we go. Give it another fart. All right, so Oxroad, you had me intrigued in the beginning. I was like, oh, where's this going? So the intro was pretty fantastic. It was really ear candy. It got me interested and wanted to hear more. But then it just went nowhere and fell off a cliff really fast. So performance was probably the worst part for me. You gotta sing in tune, or you gotta use auto tune or get some tuning, because ultimately we're judging how this sounds to our ear, and if it's out of tune and off rhythm, it's gonna sound bad to people who understand music and people who like music and grooves and stuff. So I'm gonna give that honestly a 1. And then engineering was not good either. The bass was super loud, which was cool, but it was just, I don't know. Overall, just didn't sound good at all. 2, production was a little boring. It sounded a little rookie-ish, if that makes any sense. It just sounds like somebody found some sounds, put them together. Hey, I'm a producer. Like, it doesn't work like that. Songwriting, I can't even really score it. I didn't even listen to it. I just was completely turned off by everything else. Emotional impact, I'm going to give it a 1 as well. Sorry, bro. I don't know. I don't like to discourage people too much, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done with this artist and this song. So I would just continue to write, continue to try to get the best, get some help as well. I think getting help, getting mentors, getting people to help on your records would be monumental. People who know what they're doing, and I think it'll take your stuff to a different level. But as it sits right now, it needs a lot of work. Okay, so next one we got is this Flip Rothstein, and the song is called Morant. All right, clearly similar to Ja Morant, so let's hear what this is about. I think there's gonna be a gun somewhere.
Fucking blunts. I did all this shit and ain't buy no motherfucking blunts. Hey, yo. Hey, what's up, my boy? You got some weed over there, my boy? You got some weed? You got some blunts over there, yo? Got some blunts over here, you know what I mean? Need a little help with this shit, you know what I mean? You put something in there, we can get a little lit, you know what I mean? Hey, roll the fuck up. Say no more, let's blow the roof out this motherfucker, boy.
Roll me a blunt while I smoke me a blunt. I gotta chase me a blunt with a blunt. Only does I some runs in my blunt. Can't hide the smell cause they jump off the bed. Excited baby call as I'm a rant. ITAC got my eyes on a slant. 448 and it came with a stand. And in the room I be lit like a lamp. Hustler red hard, let them know in advance. This shit running my jeans, I ain't talking about pants. Told the judge it's not a drug, it's a plan. For it was legal, was taking that chance. Cool with the growers who growing the plants. Fresh off the branch, I read out when it's damp. Trap by myself cause I like the freelance. Probably sold out to your uncle or aunt. Know some pot hits turn a roast to an ant. Thinking they stoners, really they scavengers. My rolling skills that you know I'm no amateur. Got a blunt for every day on the calendar, Zaza that stronger than Hercules, If you smoke weed and you heard of me, I hear that selling it vertically, I roll a back with a perfectly, Section smoking like a chair. Designer, you come with designer bags. That exotic smell be jumping out the bag. If they ask what strain I smoke is I'm a rag. I'm in the smoker section smoking like a chair. This designer, you come with designer bags. That exotic smell be jumping through the bags. So if they ask what strain I smoke is I'm a rag. Walking dispensary, I got what you want.
All right, that is Flip Rothstein with Ja Morant. So I'm gonna give it the wow. Wow. Maybe some claps. Where's some claps? So the way I feel about this is, I mean, it's just not up to par, honestly. I think you're a music enthusiast, like you enjoy music, but it's when it comes to the work that goes into it, the talent of it all, it's like I don't know if that's there. Like I said, I'm not gonna be discouraging. Keep making all the music you want to make. I'm glad there was a concept. The Ja Morant is, I guess it's that weed or whatever, but that type of weed. But I thought the video was a little long-winded in the intro. I felt like that could have been sped up a lot quicker. I thought something interesting was gonna happen. When the beat dropped, the bass was cool. It was a little heavy, but I could understand your words, which is rare. That So whoever engineered it kind of knows what they're doing. Like, it's not bad, and you guys recorded it well, so it took that seriously. But I just wasn't feeling the flows. I wasn't feeling the delivery. I wasn't feeling the beat either that much. So there's just a lot about that I feel like, it's not something I would ever listen to again. And that's the key, honestly. We want to be able to make songs that people remember, people want to go back to. This is cool if it's just like a project that you're doing at home. If you're trying to be the biggest artist in the world, you're trying to make a living off of it. There's a long road from this to like the best rappers out there. So this is a big gap. So for songwriting, I'm gonna give it a 4 because at least it made sense. Like the song made sense. You had your verses, you had your choruses, you had your catchy chorus. All that was cool. Production, I didn't really like it. I'm gonna give it a 4. Engineering was okay. I think you need to tune all the vocals though. Any vocals that have pitch, let's go ahead and tune those or auto tune them. Something. Performance wise, the delivery is okay, but it's just okay. Like I think even just recording it with better vocal production, better direction, could have got a better performance out of you. An emotional impact, same thing. Straight 4s, honestly. Slightly below average, but around average, to be honest with you, when it comes to rap. All right, we got any more in here? I put in, what's it doing to the... if you want to submit, just go to nero.fan/KofiAJmusic. That's KofiAgyei music and /live. We'll take you directly there where you can just submit your song. But I'll probably have to get to it next week. I only have one more in this week's queue. Oh, and Dre Energy sent me one. Okay, maybe I'll do 2 more. I'll do this one and then the next one. Lex Stay Paid. It Can't Go Her Way. So Lex Stay Paid. It Can't Go Her Way. Let's listen to that. I need direct links, guys. Direct links. Let's start that over.
Yo, I'm in my bag, but like, not too much though. Baby, it can't go your way. My trust is fade. You make me feel insane. Remove the scars and pain. Take all that shit away. And I still feel the same. I don't think love's the way. Cause time and time again, take a step forward just to start over again.
My bad.
All that shit away, and I still feel the same. I don't think love's the way. Cause time and time again, take a step forward just to start over again. I think I liked you more when we was just friends. Everything was easier, no need to pretend. I just wanna get to you, nah. Can't believe how you move, nah. I'm pacing round, feel like a clown. Like damn, how the fuck I lose, nah. Sentimental, getting all my things in place. Overthinking about the time and space. First you had told me, I didn't even know you. Talk for a minute, then exchanging all our socials. 2 weeks later, fucking you how I'm supposed to. 3 more weeks, figured out I had to ghost you. I need more peace, more sleep. 4 weeks, I've been thinking all about you. Baby, it can't go your way. My trust is fake. You make me feel insane. Remove the scars and pain. Take all that shit away. And I still feel the same. I don't think love's the way.
Nice. was Lex Stay Paid. I think you need a better name, but I like that song. It can't go her way. It can't go her way. So great job. Excellent songwriting. I think you definitely are a writer, if not anything else. And actually you have a very unique voice too, which it really gave me Ray Shrimmer vibes, and so I was really into that. I just think you need an engineer who's gonna take it to another level. The beat you chose is great. It sounds like a recording over like a YouTube beat or a purchase beat or something like that. It doesn't sound like a tailor-made beat to your song, which is okay. Like that doesn't really matter necessarily, but it needs to feel like as if it was made for your song. So you have to like take the stems, chop them up a little bit, do some drops, add some reverb to your voice, in certain moments, some reverb throws, some delays, some auto tune, some tuning. There were some notes out in there that weren't so great, but the vibe of it, I think your performance is excellent. I wouldn't change anything about your delivery style. Like, you know what you're doing when it comes to that. You know how to use your voice in a way that I think is appealing to the masses. Songwriting wise, like I said, that was really good too. I'm gonna give it an 8. Production, I thought the beat was really good. Could be spiced up a bit. We've all heard those kind of beats before. When I hear things, I want to hear special writing, I want to hear special production, special engineering, and special performance. I think most people just want to do what they've heard before. So like, oh, I matched the performance of a Ray Shrimmer song, I'm good. I'm like, there's more to it than that. You know what I mean? Number one, you have to match your style, your energy the best. So maximizing that. Nobody knows what the peak of that mountain looks like. Only you do. If you know, if you've done your best, if you haven't done your best, only you know. And then engineering, was good. I'm gonna give it an 8. But like I said, if we had more auto tune, more pitch correction, more fun things happening, then I think it would take the engineering to another level. And I think that's honestly the main reason why people use so many different people to do different jobs, is because you're just gonna get everybody's best work at that specific job, and you're gonna get their best creativity during that job. If you bring in some writers and y'all are only worried about the lyrics, only worried about the melodies, it's going to be really done well. If you're working with production and you're only focused on the sonic nature of the sounds that are chosen, it's going to come out well. Then you have another group of people who are only focused on the engineering, the way it sounds, the way it's captured. And that's why there's all these different jobs within making great records. And then a vocal producer will help you get the emotional impact, because that's what they're listening for the most. And they're also listening for opportunities to make stacks, opportunities for harmonies, different things. There's so many jobs and so many hats you have to wear to create a great song. And sometimes it's good to just pull back from all of it and just strip it down, and all you have is a piano and a vocal, you know. So it's about playing around with all these things to convey certain emotions. And I think that's where you get the best bang for your buck. Okay, last song for today. Mr. G Reality, I remember you. But wait, is that next? I thought it was okay, I guess this is next. I thought it was Dre Energy. Okay, so Mr. G Reality, Life Reflections is next.
Throughout the years they mold me, we lost a lot of OGs. Now all that's left for all the tears and all the sad emojis. Watching these rappers lose their lives at such a rapid pace. Ain't no discretion for the blind and vanity we chase. This life we search for something real, but yet it's out our grasp. Seems like the closer that we get, reminded of our past. No safer place than this will in these uncertain times. For all the lost and broken hearted, reaching with my rhymes. No one to see our struggles. This life's a constant juggle. To get ahead, the 9 to 5 seems all we do is hustle. Selfish ambitions got us driven, living out of touch. When things go wrong, we tend to call and use them as a crutch. All of this evil in this world and many hearts are cold. Please mend our hearts and heal our land so we can all be whole. Signs of the times is all around us present, take a look. This epidemic's out of hand and COVID's got us shook. Yo, I want to take out this time to holler at the people, right? Yo, check this. I know we all been going through, especially these last couple of years. And truthfully and honestly, it don't seem like it's getting any better. But you blessed. You still breathing, right? Obviously, you're here for a reason. While we chase mammon, our identity simply neglected. Lost who we were, look in the mirror, is simply reflected. Seems like nobody loves no more relationships in shambles. Afraid of being hurt again, so we don't take a gamble. Some Christians quick to point and judge when people really hurting. Like your life's peaches and cream somewhere behind the curtain. Some claim they preaching to the lost and that we need revival. But in really, you're just a hypocrite behind the title. It's much deeper than the song, I do this for the streets. The ones who's giving up on life and thugging out of reach. They're the chosen, that's the reason why they fought the hardest. Never give up on believing on your sons and daughters. We need more Malcolm X's, we need more Henry Newtons, we need more MLKs, we need a revolution. Ain't hard to tell, look all around us, many hearts are cold. And you can feel it in the air as prophecies unfold.
All right. Mr. G Reality with Life Reflections. I like that. The vibe, the beat is excellent. Like, that's definitely an awesome soul beat that you chose. Your delivery and your flow is really good, just like the last time. I really don't, there's not a lot that you need, honestly. I think a singer on this hook would have taken it to another level. To me, it was giving me Tupac vibes, and that's great. I mean, Tupac, he's one of the biggest, best rappers of all time. So, like, it definitely gave me some West Coast Tupac type of energy. I just think we don't need stacks as much anymore with songs, with rap songs. I think a lot of times they did stacks to try to get thickness in the vocal back in the day, but right now there's really no need for it unless you're trying to accentuate certain parts of the song. So if I was you, I wouldn't even use the vocal stack except for maybe like the ends of a couple of phrases here and there. I would just keep it as a single lead vocal. And I think that would help a lot with the engineering issues that I had, because there was a lot of fighting frequencies. Like the sample was fighting with you, and what you're saying in your voice is so big and like important. I would make that the forefront, and that's really what it is in rap. A lot of times the lead vocal is the main thing. That, and then the drums and the bass. Everything else is extra. So for songwriting, I'm going to give you a good 8. I think that was good. There were some bars in there. You were a very positive message, which I enjoy. Production, like I said, was really good. I just wish it was mixed a bit better. 7 on engineering. Wasn't terribly mixed, but it wasn't. It could be, there's another level to the mixing to really give you that clarity, and I think that'll really help with it. The performance, I liked your performance as well. I just think I wouldn't double the vocals that much. And emotional impact, I liked it. It was 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. I think I even like that one better than the last song. So great job, Mr. G Reality, Life Reflections. Just needs a little bit of TLC, a little bit of love. If you need some extra mixing and mastering, send it over to me and I'll work on it. I totally would be down. This is a dope song. And let me know who produced it too. Send me a DM or put in the chat. I'm curious. You've recorded with Tupac. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. Yep. You got a voice for it. Like, there's not a lot of people with a voice like yours. So definitely showcase it. All right, the last one for today is going to be Dre Energy, Come With Me.
the first time I saw your smile.
I knew something was special about you, girl.
And I can't get you out of my mind.
It's like I'm pressing rewind.
The impression you made was magical. And if you have time, then let me know. Come and take a walk with me.
Come and take a walk with me, girl.
I wanna show you the world. It's bigger than what you've seen before. You're a queen, you deserve so much more than life's normality. Wanna take you where you've never been. Wanna show you things you never seen.
All you have to do is come with me. Come with me. We can do what you wanna do. We can go where you wanna go. We can go fast or take it slow. As long as you're with me. I just wanna make you comfortable. Baby, this feels so natural. When you're here with me. With me. With me.
We can cruise the countryside. Or how about a gondola ride?
Anything you love is possible. Ain't no limit to how far I go.
For you, cause what I feel
is true.
And I want you to know you're incredible. And there's nothing I wouldn't do for you. I wanna show you the world. It's bigger than what you've seen before. You're a queen, you deserve so much more than life's normality. Wanna take you where you've never been. Wanna show you things you never seen.
All you have to do is come with me. Come with me. We can do what you wanna do.
Hey,
We can go where you wanna go.
anywhere you
We
wanna
can go
go.
fast or take it slow. As long as you're with me. I just wanna make you comfortable. Baby, this feels so natural.
Feel so natural when you're with me. Come with me, baby.
We can go where you wanna go.
Anywhere you
We
wanna
can go
go.
fast or take it slow. As long as you're with me.
Hey,
I just wanna make you comfortable. Baby, this feels so natural.
when you're here with me, with me. It doesn't matter where we go or what we do. Something's undeniable between me and you. I wanna see the reflection of the stars in your eyes and see your face exploding with the sunrise. Come with me, baby.
Do what you wanna do.
We can do what you wanna do. We can go where you wanna go. Oh, baby.
I just wanna make you comfortable. Baby, this feels so natural. When you're here with me, with me.
Come with me, baby.
All right. That was Dre Energy with "Come with Me." I spoke with Dre a few years ago. I'm not sure if we ever met. Maybe we met or not. He's an incredible drummer. So yeah, check out Dre Energy. If this is you singing, I'm like blown away. I didn't know you could sing like this. So if it is, kudos. So for this song, it really gave me like late 90s or early 2000s R&B song energy, which I thought was, I mean, I'm the prime audience for that. That's my bread and butter. That's what I grew up on. Only issue I have, the biggest issue I had with the song was lyrics. I think pairing up with a songwriter would really take it to another level. I don't think "Come With Me" is a strong enough concept to really break through. And for me, I'm always looking for unique concepts or unique angles of concepts. It's not necessarily the words "come with me," it's the words "come with me" in this context. So it's like it's exactly what you think it would be. And I think with all the gazillions of songs that we've heard and that are put out every year, we have to be unique. We have to find something in this concept that hasn't been said before and explore that and go deeper. So I would team up with some songwriters, either one or two, and just get some different ideas, especially concept-wise. If the concept is standard, it's hard to write amazing things to a concept that's not clever or unique. So I'm gonna give it a 4. But melody wise, everything was great. Like there was no bad melodies, there was no bad rhythms or anything like that, except for the bridge. I wanted there to be more in the bridge. You kind of got there towards the end of the bridge, but the beginning of the bridge was a little bit boring. And I think we could do better than that. Production solid, just very old school. It's kind of dated a bit. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just it's old. So if that's what you're going for, if that's the market, then we're cool. You know what I mean? I wouldn't change much about the production. Engineering, this is what needed the most. This needs to be mixed and mastered desperately. And I'm going to give it a 3 for right now. If you need it mixed and mastered, hit me up. I could turn this song and it'd be a complete makeover because everything is fine. It's just nobody's taking the time to really make sure every element is where it needs to be. And performance-wise, like I said, this is you singing. You shocked the hell out of me. Like, you can sing your ass off. You need to sing more. I got no problems with the performance. I'm going to give it a 9. There was a couple notes in there that was sketchy, but that can easily be tuned in post-production. And emotional impact, I'm going to give it an 8. Well, I'll give it a 7. Because it's what I expected. You know, as soon as I heard the first 10 seconds, is basically what I expected throughout the rest of the song. I knew to wait for the bridge because I was like, we're going to change chords in the bridge. So it's like, to really get a good emotional impact, you have to hit people with something that they haven't heard before or come at it at a unique angle. So, and that would really help that. But that is it for today. What up, Newt? What up, Rock? Dre, Shari, what's going on? So I'm just going to play a song to get us out of here from my catalog. And my playlist is called I Am Kofi J on Spotify. Give me a save or a follow. It's called the same thing on Apple Music. And I'm trying to find a good song to get us out of here. Let's play my song Until Then. It's been a while since I played it. Father's Day is next month. So this is the song I usually try to promote during Father's Day. It's a song I wrote for my son before he was born. Was it before he was born? No. I wanted to do a song before he was born, but then I ended up writing it when he was like 2 or so. Shot a video and everything. But let's just play this song right here and we'll get out of here on that. This is my song Until Then from my EP in it was not 2023. It was probably like 2018.
Not gonna repeat the sins of my father. Not gonna let them lead the way. I know we'll have our separate problems, but I won't pass to you my pain. 'Cause I know one day you're gonna grow up and one day you're gonna be something. And I hope that you can look back at me and say that my daddy was great, yeah. But until then, I'ma teach you everything I know. From washing your hands to where's your nose. Respect your mommy and watch your tone, yeah. Until then, I'll tuck you in. Slay the monsters under your bed. Love you more with every breath. Till the day I'm gone and dead. But until then, until then, I might forget to say I love you. I didn't grow up learning those kind of skills. No, it's up to me to teach you better. Yeah, so every day I try to say how I feel. 'Cause I know one day you're gonna grow up and one day you're gonna do something. And I know I'm gonna look back at you and say that I raised someone great. Oh, but until then, I'ma teach you everything I know. From washing your hands to where's your nose. Respect your mommy and watch your tone. Yeah, until then, I'll tuck you in. Slay the monsters under in your bed. Love you more with every breath. Till the day I'm gone and dead. But until then, until then, yeah. Until the day you have one of your own. No way to explain your heart's etched in my soul. I pray you pass on love as legacy. That's how I'll know that I did alright as your daddy. Yeah. But until then, I'ma teach you everything I know. Like how to plant dreams and watch them grow. But thank you, auntie, for those new clothes. Yeah. Until then, I'll tuck you in. Sneak a tooth right from under your head. Right behind you every step. Even when I'm gone and dead. But until then, until then, until then, yeah. Until then.
Again, that's my song Until Then. I released it, I don't know, I think 2017, 2018. It was ode to my son who was just born in 2015. He's now 11, which is crazy. But yeah, for this song, I produced it, wrote it, mixed it, mastered. Well, mixed it. I didn't master it. So that was the point I was gonna make. Is even me back then, I was like, I didn't really know enough about mastering, so I got my guy who's pretty much my engineering goat. His name is John Norton, and he mastered my my song with me. He mixed Icebox by Omarion, if y'all know that song. He works with the Backstreet Boys and stuff all the time right now. But dope engineer. He's pretty much my mentor, if you say. Anytime I had engineering questions and stuff, I would hit him up and he would help clarify. He would tell me what plugins. He did all this in the box, which with the mastering, which is, I'm like, I don't know how you make it sound that good with plugins, but now I can do it. But before I couldn't do it. I was like, how did you do that? So that's the point I was making. Like, even me, I wrote this, produced it, mixed it, but sometimes it's good to just get another ear on it to do the final stage or whatever stage you're the weakest at, you know? And a lot of times it helps bring it to life. I'm so glad I did that because now I can listen 10 years later and it still sounds great, and I'm proud of the song. And my son loves the song as well, too. But that's it for today. Icebox on repeat. Yeah, who didn't, man? That song was amazing. I loved Icebox. All right. That's it for today. If you want to get in for next week, go to nero.fan/KofiAJmusic/live and submit the song. I'm trying to get as many songs in here as I can. I will add another day if we have enough people submitting into the queue. I'll add another day. But for right now, once a week seems to be fine. But I would love to do this more. I want to hear more and more music. I want to meet more and more artists. If you got some dope music or you know someone with dope music, share it. And I'll give my critiques from my professional standpoint. But till next time, I'm Kofi J. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.